They say even though she is sitting in jail, she is at peace with her decision. Tonight, hear from Kim Davis's attorneys about the next step in her legal battle. And while Davis is in jail, her deputy clerks started issuing marriage licenses. We were there this morning when the first couple received their license.
He's accused of grabbing and shoving a child he was supposed to be taking home from school. The latest on a Scott County bus driver facing an assault charge.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
It is our position and the position of the clerk of Rowan County, Kim Davis, that those licenses are void. They are not being issued under the authority of Rowan County Clerk's Office, and they're not worth the paper that they are written on.
Good evening to you. Thanks so much for being here with us tonight. Her attorneys say she will not change her mind. Tonight, Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is still sitting in jail after a judge found her in contempt of court for refusing to issue marriage licenses. Now, here's the latest on the case. A federal judge offered her a compromise during yesterday's hearing. He said that she would be released from custody if she allowed her deputy clerks to issue marriage licenses, but Davis refused. Davis was taken to the Carter County Detention Center, where she will stay until she complies with the judge's ruling. Today, Davis's attorneys met with her at the jail and held a news conference shortly after. Victor Puente was there, where a crowd gathered outside the jail to show support for the embattled clerk. He begins our top story team coverage tonight from Carter County.
Kim Davis's attorneys say she spent last night in isolation in cell 151 here at the Carter County Detention Center. Despite being incarcerated, they say she's at peace with the decision she made yesterday in federal court.
She slept with a very good conscience, and she was in very good spirits.
Staver and several other attorneys spent about an hour visiting with Davis. She's been here since telling a federal judge she would not issue marriage licenses.
It has stunned the American people. It has shocked me. We did not anticipate that we would be here with Kim Davis in an orange jumpsuit.
Staver says Davis is unable to attach her name to same-sex marriage licenses. He says she also has no intention of quitting her job.
She has no intention of stepping down because she loves her people and loves the job, and she intends to serve them well.
As for the licenses her clerks issued today,
it is our position and the position of the clerk of Rowan County, Kim Davis, that those licenses are void. They are not being issued under the authority of Rowan County Clerk's Office, and they're not worth the paper that they are written on.
Staver says they're filing paperwork this evening to appeal Judge David Bunning's decision to put Davis in jail. He said he's not sure how long she may be here. In Carter County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Now, a rally has been planned at the jail tomorrow in support of Davis. After months of waiting, same-sex couples in Rowan County are now able to get marriage licenses. Officer Don shot this video this morning as a crowd gathered outside the courthouse. We were there as the first couple walked in shortly after the courthouse opened. 5 of the 6 deputy clerks have agreed to comply with the judge's ruling and issue the marriage licenses. The lone holdout is Davis's son, Nathan. WKYT's Garrett Weimer continues our top story team coverage now from Rowan County.
We got it! Woo! Finally!
April Miller and Karen Roberts' 4th try to get a marriage license ended differently than their previous attempts.
Yeah, now we
relief.
can breathe a little. Yeah, a little relief. I'm still ecstatic and happy, and I just can't wait to get married now.
Miller and Roberts were the 3rd same-sex couple to get their license here today.
James, you'll sign here. William will sign here for me, okay?
William Smith Jr. and James Yates were the first to walk through the doors shortly after the office opened.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you so much.
Getting a marriage license on their 6th try.
It felt good. It felt like change was happening. And, you know, this was the hard part, really, that we didn't feel like second-class citizens anymore.
The marriage licenses issued to the couples do not have Davis's name on them. A deputy clerk tells us in the past, Davis would type in her name when the license was issued. In her absence, it's that deputy clerk's name that you'll find on the marriage license as the acting county clerk. The couples say it doesn't make any difference to them.
It does not have her signature or her name on this marriage license.
Okay, but we got it.
And that, they say, is what matters most to them. In Rowan County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Those couples say their next step is now to decide on a wedding date. Republican presidential candidate Mike Huckabee says he plans to visit Kim Davis in jail next Tuesday. Huckabee plans to hold a rally with her supporters outside the Carter County Detention Center. Huckabee has set up a campaign website calling for Davis's release. So far, the site has already drawn in more than 55,000 signatures. Huckabee has reportedly called Davis's case an example of, quote, criminalization of Christianity in our country. Well, for the very latest updates on Kim Davis's case, just go to WKYT.com. A Scott County bus driver is facing some serious charges tonight. Police say he assaulted a 5-year-old boy on a school bus. Police arrested 64-year-old Durbin Wallace yesterday. According to his arrest warrant, he grabbed a 5-year-old, causing the child to hit his head on a window. Tonight, Kristen Kennedy is talking to the child's mother in Scott County.
Heather Finney has 5 kids, and all 4 old enough to go to school ride the bus. 2 of them came home one day last month and told her driver Durbin Wallace had pushed the youngest of the bus riders, her 5-year-old.
I checked him out. I didn't see any bruises or anything like that, but he was complaining of having, like, his head was hurting, and he said, like, under his arms was hurting.
Investigators say Wallace grabbed Finney's son by the neck, banged his head against the bus window, and caused him to yelp. They say he also shoved him into a seat a few rows back.
But he said something about the bus driver almost made him hit a screw, and I guess he meant one of the bolts on the bottom of the window because he hit his head on the window.
District leaders didn't want to talk on camera, but they did release a statement to us saying they reviewed video evidence of the incident and they promptly notified police.
The next morning I went out to talk to the bus driver, and he told me that he wasn't sitting still in his seat, that he had been moving around. I said, okay, but I would appreciate you if you didn't, put your hands on my child again. Never apologized, never said he wouldn't touch him again or anything like that.
Police arrested Wallace Thursday. He's facing a assault 4th-degree charge.
I knew he had grabbed him, but I didn't know the extent of what had happened. I was upset and I was shocked when I found out that they had arrested him.
In Scott County, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Wallace did post bail. He is scheduled to be arraigned in court September 29th. A Central Kentucky community is paying tribute to a teenager who died from encephalitis. 16-year-old Bradley Kamek died Wednesday. Kamek played soccer in Franklin County, and today more than 200 students and staff came together to honor him at Sowers Soccer Field. Balloons were released in the colors of Frankfort High School. Bradley's mother says while it has been a tough summer for her family, she is glad to see the community come together to remember her son.
I just want to tell all the parents and family members, please don't forget to hug your children every day and tell them you love them, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring.
Frankfort High School Principal John Lyon says both the boys and girls soccer teams will wear a patch on their jerseys the rest of the season with BC3 on it, representing Kamek's initials and jersey number. 2 people are in jail tonight accused of abusing an infant. Deputies arrested 24-year-old Bessie Sizemore and 36-year-old Michael Henson this morning in London. Deputies say the infant was found unresponsive and was flown to UK hospital with life-threatening injuries. They say Sizemore is the infant's mother and Henson is a cousin of Sizemore's husband. We're told 2 other children were living in the home but are now in the custody of another relative. We are wrapping up yet another hot and humid day here in the Bluegrass, and it looks like these summer-like feels going to carry us right on through our holiday weekend. Meteorologist Micah Harris is here now tracking some toasty temperatures in the forecast. Micah.
Boy, toasty is right. We're sitting there in the 90s. Also, when you have the 90s and a little bit of moisture outside, we have a little bit of moisture, you're feeling it. You can get some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. We had 2 today, really in the far eastern zones, but this is what we need to watch out for. This little complex rolling right across I-70, heading towards 74, and that's over in Indiana and also Ohio, heading due south. Now that means for our northern zones, as long as that sun shines up, you will have the opportunity, I would say within the next hour or 2, to at least see some rumbles of thunder. I do believe once that sun sets, which is just after 8 o'clock, that's when you'll start to see those storms dissipate. But 90 degrees right now in Lexington. That goes for Frankfort and Richmond. Let's talk about the big game. Well, I don't know if you've heard, there is a big game tomorrow. 82 degrees at kickoff. That's a kickoff, 7 p.m. So you can imagine what it would be like tailgating, too. Tailgating sitting there in the 90s. It'll be warm, it'll be humid, and there will be a slight chance of rain there in the forecast. The muggy meter is not letting up anytime soon. Not tomorrow, not Sunday, not Monday on Labor Day. It sticks with us for quite some time, but I do have big changes in the forecast. And I mean big changes for next week. I know that's far away, but we'll get right into it coming up in just about 5 minutes.
All right, Micah, we will see you then. Thank you. Several Lexington businesses had a big mess to clean up today. Police believe the man in this surveillance photo sprayed graffiti on the People's Exchange Bank on Richmond Road. Police say the vandal also sprayed an ATM and a security car at the bank. A historical marker at the entrance of the Henry Clay Estates and a business sign on DeLong Road were also targeted. The person responsible could face a felony charge. Right now, police are working to figure out if all 3 incidents are connected. Well, if you are heading to Harrington Lake for this holiday weekend, you might have some traffic delays. Kennedy Mill Bridge on Highway 152 was suddenly shut down yesterday. State transportation leaders say the 91-year-old bridge is in poor shape and is no longer safe for drivers. In a story that's new at 6, Phil Pendleton shows us how the closure could impact Labor Day weekend plans.
Patsy Melton says she spends nearly every summer weekend on Harrington Lake, but today the drive here took quite a bit longer than usual.
It was at least probably 25 minutes longer.
That's because her normal route to Chimney Rock Marina was suddenly closed Thursday. State officials say the Kennedy Mill Bridge is no longer safe. Melton says that's not surprising.
When we've gone under the bridge in a boat, I've noticed there's a brace that's not attached. My husband pointed it out to me, and after that I got really scared.
And it has holes in it. I've seen holes in the bridge that you could see all the way through it to the water before.
Kentucky transportation officials say that it's going to take at least 3 months to fix the current problems with the bridge, but the overall long-range plan next year is to build a brand new bridge here. Labor Day weekend to boat marinas is almost like Black Friday to retail. There is some concern here, but marina owners like Paul Barnes say most people will still know how to find them.
For people coming from Lexington or from Lancaster or down that direction, they'll have to take an alternate route around 68.
Some marinas are also offering shuttle services to ferry people around, but for those who live and work here every day, it's going to be a bit more difficult.
And I really feel sorry for most of the people that travel from the Mercer County side to Lexington every day to go to work, with the construction also going on 68.
When the bridge is replaced, the new one will replace a structure that is more than 90 years old. In Mercer County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
State leaders say the bridge will be closed until further notice. They suggest using Kentucky Highway 34, which connects Garrett and Boyle counties. You can also use US 68 to get to the marinas. First needle exchange in Lexington kicked off this afternoon. The health department collected needles at its facility on Newtown Pike. The program is designed to reduce the spread of disease, especially hepatitis C and HIV. The only requirement is that people must bring in dirty needles in order to receive clean ones. The exchange program is free, confidential, and anonymous. Health leaders say they gave out 9 clean needles during today's exchange.